Have you ever wondered what your life would look like if you could identify and eliminate the invisible barriers limiting your potential? In this video, you'll uncover how hidden forces shape your choices and influence your decisions without your awareness. More importantly, you'll learn practical strategies to take back control of your mind, redefine your reality, and claim the freedom you've always sought. What would you do if you could rewrite your story starting today? Stay with us and forever transform your perspective on the world. Before we continue, I invite you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. These simple actions ensure you won't miss any transformative content designed to help you unleash your true potential and create a life aligned with your goals. Join us on this journey of discovery and change. Have you ever questioned whether your thoughts truly belong to you? From the moment you were born, you entered a game no one told you about. A game where your mind isn't entirely your own. Governments, corporations, and media have been shaping your subconscious with surgical precision, refining their tactics over generations. Consider this: all the decisions you believe you've made, paths taken, dreams pursued, fears avoided, might have been programmed before you even realized it. Think back to the first toy you ever wanted, or the commercial that left a lasting impression on you as a child. That wasn't by chance. Every ad and every story was meticulously designed to mold your desires and define your limitations. Picture your subconscious as fertile soil, ready to absorb any idea planted in it. Who do you think is the gardener? The forces behind this game know your subconscious doesn't question, it simply accepts. It's like an open file, ready to be filled. When you're browsing the internet or watching TV, you're being exposed to carefully implanted ideas. Have you ever found yourself buying something you didn't need, unable to resist, or following trends that didn't truly resonate with you? These moments aren't accidents. They are the result of meticulous psychological engineering. Now imagine your entire life resting on a script you didn't write. From the fairy tales you heard as a child to the societal norms you've accepted as universal truths, every piece has been designed to keep you compliant. The most alarming part? You're not alone. Millions around the world are trapped in the same narrative, walking a path that benefits a select few while draining the majority. What would your life look like if you could identify and eliminate these invisible barriers? What dreams could you chase if you weren't so preoccupied with adhering to rules you never chose? These are the questions to ask if you want to begin seeing the game for what it truly is. But make no mistake, recognizing the game is only the first step. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like Neo choosing the red pill in the Matrix, this is your opportunity to glimpse the inner workings of your mind. It's frightening, yes, but also liberating. Here's a thought to ponder. If your subconscious absorbs everything without filtering, what are you letting in? It's time to ask questions, protect yourself, and most importantly, rewrite the script. Believe it or not, the true author of your story is still you. Take a moment to ask yourself, am I living the life I chose or the one that was chosen for me? This reflection, while uncomfortable, could mark the beginning of something profoundly transformative. Think back to your earliest years. Before you could tie your shoes or write your name, your mind was already being programmed. Between birth and the age of 7, your brain operates primarily in theta waves, a mental state hypnotists use to rewrite memories or instill beliefs. In this state, your mind doesn't just listen, it obeys. Every fairy tale, lullaby, and cartoon you consumed as a child was more than entertainment. It was a sequence of programming. Why do children's stories emphasize fear of the unknown? Witches in dark forests, monsters under the bed, dangers beyond the village. These weren't just fables. They were subliminal warnings to keep you within society's defined safety boundaries. Even lullabies carried messages about conformity and obedience. It's as if society was saying, stay where you are, follow the rules, and everything will be fine. Now think about the advice you heard growing up. Phrases like "be realistic," "don't aim too high," or "follow the rules" weren't just innocent lessons. They were commands designed to limit your creativity, potential, and courage to challenge the status quo. Worse still, these commands didn't only come from parents or teachers. They were passed down through generations like an invisible code of conduct, ensuring the persistence of programming. But here's the problem. What was installed in your mind during childhood doesn't simply disappear with time. On the contrary, these deeply rooted beliefs shape how you perceive the world, make decisions, and respond to challenges. Perhaps as an adult, you hesitate to take risks or feel certain dreams are out of reach. Maybe you even doubt your own worth, as if trapped in a script you never chose. Science backs this up. Research from Stanford shows that 95% of our thoughts and decisions are influenced by the subconscious. This means most of what we consider rational choices are actually the result of prior conditioning. And here's what's even more alarming. They know this. Governments, corporations, and media have honed their tactics to target the subconscious precisely because it doesn't question. Once they shape your beliefs, they no longer need to control your actions. You do it for them. But here's the good news. What has been programmed can be reprogrammed. Imagine your subconscious as outdated software. It's likely full of obsolete code installed without your consent. Now that you're aware of it, you can start deleting unnecessary files and installing new beliefs that truly serve your goals and desires. Before moving forward, pause and ask yourself, what childhood beliefs still influence my life today? Whether about money, success, or self-worth, recognizing them is the first step to rewriting your story. Because ultimately, what's at stake isn't just your mind, but your freedom to choose who you want to be. And if all this feels daunting, remember, becoming aware of programming is an act of courage. It's within that courage that the process of liberation begins. Continuing our exploration, have you noticed how every notification on your phone, every headline, and every advertisement seems to be vying for your attention? This is no coincidence. We live in the age of the attention economy, where governments, corporations, and media don't just want to capture your focus. They use it to shape your identity, your decisions, and even your most intimate desires. Picture a typical Monday evening. You're exhausted after a long day at work and pick up your phone to scroll mindlessly. Suddenly, a headline pops up, "Economic crisis looming." Before you can process it, an ad flashes, "Invest in gold to secure your future." Within seconds, your anxiety is triggered and a solution is conveniently offered. This cycle, creating a problem and providing a solution, is at the heart of modern manipulation. Fear is their most potent weapon. When you're afraid, your ability to think critically diminishes and your subconscious takes over. Every click, every video watched becomes an opportunity for them to tighten their grip. Have you ever wondered why algorithms seem to know exactly what's on your mind? It's not magic, it's manipulation. These sophisticated systems don't just predict your desires, they create them, steering you toward products, lifestyles, and beliefs you hadn't even considered. Even seemingly innocent moments, like glancing at a notification or watching an auto-played video, are part of a broader strategy. These small interactions accumulate over time, shaping your habits and mental patterns. Without realizing it, you might be living a version of reality crafted for you, not by you. What does this mean for your freedom? It means that every minute spent aimlessly scrolling through social media, every decision made without critical thought, is a moment where you surrender control of your life. And it's not just about advertising or impulse purchases. It's about transforming you into a passive consumer, a person moving without clear purpose, following a path set by others. Pause and ask yourself, how much of my daily time truly belongs to me? This simple question can spark a profound awakening. Begin observing the patterns you follow without questioning them, the small moments where your attention is captured and redirected. The more aware you become, the clearer it becomes how the system works to keep you distracted and therefore controlled. The good news is that you can reclaim control of your attention. It requires conscious effort, yes, but it's entirely possible. Limit the use of apps that consume your time, take moments of silence away from screens, and most importantly, learn to recognize when your attention is being diverted towards something that doesn't serve your goals. Because ultimately, your attention is more than just a resource. It's the foundation of your freedom. When you reclaim it, you also begin to regain the power to create a life that truly reflects who you are. Ask yourself this: what would I do today if no one controlled my time or desires? This question marks the first step toward exiting the game and playing by your own rules. Building on these insights, from an early age, we're taught that hard work is the key to success. Study, find a good job, save, invest, and one day you'll reap the rewards of your labor. This narrative is sold as the path to happiness and financial security, but on closer inspection, it becomes evident that it's merely a carefully constructed trap designed to keep you confined. Consider the concept of retirement. You work for 40 years or more, sacrificing your health, energy, and the best years of your life, in the hope that someday you'll finally live the way you want. But what happens if that someday never comes? Inflation, economic crises, and global instability can erode your savings before you even get to use them. And even if you do, what's left? Limited energy, fragile health, and often regret for all the precious moments lost along the way. Think about the impact decades of work have on your health. Constant stress, long hours, and the pressure to perform aren't just exhausting, they destroy your vitality. Chronic illnesses like hypertension or heart disease are often direct consequences of lifestyles tied to toxic work environments. All this to sustain a system that rarely rewards those who give the most. Now look at who truly benefits from this model. Have you noticed that the world's wealthiest individuals didn't achieve their status by working harder than everyone else, but by working smarter? While teachers, nurses, and construction workers, the pillars of society, struggle to make ends meet, those at the top reap the rewards of their labor. This isn't accidental. It's a system designed to perpetuate this inequality. And what about the idea of living below your means? While it seems like sound advice, it's often just a way to encourage you to settle for less than you deserve. By limiting your dreams and lifestyle, the system ensures you remain within the cycle of controlled consumption, contributing to its prosperity while sacrificing your own. True wealth isn't measured by your bank account, but by the time and freedom you have to live in alignment with your values. It's the ability to wake up in the morning and decide how to spend your day, prioritizing your health, relationships, and passions. This freedom is something the system doesn't want you to discover, because once you find it, you stop being a player in their game. Ask yourself, do I live to work or do I work to live? The answer might be uncomfortable, but it's the starting point for meaningful transformation. Reevaluating your priorities and rediscovering what truly matters might seem daunting, but it's the path to breaking free from the system's chains. Think about it. Time is the only resource you can never recover. Every hour spent in uninspiring work or in a cycle of aimless consumption is an hour you'll never get back. What if, instead of chasing the promise of a comfortable retirement, you found freedom and joy in the present? By questioning norms and rejecting the imposed script, you begin to write your own story. This doesn't mean abandoning your responsibilities, but living with intention. What would your life look like if, instead of chasing an illusion of success, you built a life aligned with your deepest aspirations? Continuing our journey, let's unravel the layers of how debt has been sold as an opportunity. At barely 18 years old, young people are encouraged to take on student loans that can take decades to repay. Credit cards promise convenience and rewards, while mortgages or death pledges bind people to a location and a lifetime of debt. But what lies beneath this polished facade? The truth is, debt isn't just a financial tool, it's a tool of control. When you owe money, your freedom becomes constrained. You're less likely to take risks, change careers, or challenge the very system that keeps you captive. Debt forces you to accept jobs you dislike and remain in situations that don't suit you simply because you need your next paycheck to survive. More than a financial burden, debt drains your mental energy. It occupies space in your mind and soul, sapping your creativity and eroding your inner peace. Each payment serves as a reminder that the system isn't built to empower you. It's designed to exploit you. Here's the brutal reality. The system needs you to be in debt. Debt keeps you small, focused on survival rather than growth, and unable to pursue true freedom. But there is a way out. Choose to live simply, not out of lack, but out of abundance. By simplifying your life, you regain control over your energy, time, and purpose. Consider the wealthiest people in the world. They didn't amass their fortunes by working harder. They created systems that work for them. Meanwhile, the narrative of work hard and save traps the masses in an endless cycle of labor and consumption. Think about this. What would happen if I chose today to simplify my life, choosing freedom over consumption, purpose over pressure? Ultimately, true wealth isn't about what you own, but who you are and how you choose to live. Imagine what you could achieve if the mental and emotional energy you currently devote to debt were redirected toward your passions, dreams, and goals. Debt isn't just a financial prison, it's a psychological one. It keeps you fixated on deadlines instead of possibilities. But this isn't irreversible. Every step you take to reduce your dependency on debt, every decision you make to align your life with your values, is a victory against the system. This doesn't mean giving up everything overnight, but starting to reclaim your power one choice at a time. Now, ask yourself, if I had no debt, how would I live my life? This question might seem idealistic, but it marks the beginning of a profound reflection that can transform how you view your finances and your future. Because in the end, financial freedom isn't just about being debt-free, it's about being free to choose how you want to live. Building on this foundation, have you ever considered the power of the words you use every day? Language isn't just a means of communication, it's a potent tool of manipulation and control. From common expressions to legal contracts, words shape our perception of reality and can imprison us within invisible systems. Take the word spelling, for example. Why do we describe writing words as casting a spell? This suggests the idea of enchantment. Every word we utter is, in essence, a form of magic, capable of shaping our consciousness and beliefs. Or consider the term government. Its etymology derives from the Latin gubernare, to control, and mens, mind. Literally, it means to control the mind. Is that a coincidence? Think also about the expressions you use daily. I'm under pressure, I have no choice, or I can't afford it. These seemingly harmless phrases actually reinforce states of powerlessness and limitation. Each time you say them, you embed these ideas deeper into your subconscious. The language you use doesn't just reflect your reality, it creates it. But the influence of language goes further. Legal contracts, terms of service, and other financial documents are filled with language designed to bind you to the system. These texts often use uppercase letters and complex terminology to obscure their true purpose, to make you consent to rules you barely understand. A striking example is the word mortgage, derived from the Latin mortgage, meaning death pledge. It's not just a financial loan, it's a long-term commitment that drains your freedom. Even seemingly innocent words like television carry hidden meanings. Break the word apart and you get tele, at a distance, and vision, sight. This doesn't just describe a device, it reveals its purpose, to shape your perception remotely, often without your awareness. Here's the key. Just as language can be used to manipulate you, it can also liberate you. Replacing limiting phrases with empowering affirmations is a powerful first step. For example, instead of saying, I have to, say, I choose to. Instead of, I can't afford it, ask yourself, how can I make it possible? These changes aren't just semantic, they literally rewrite the circuits in your brain. Now reflect, what limiting expressions have I repeated unconsciously? Identifying these words is the beginning of transformation. Once you start consciously choosing your words, you don't just speak, you actively create your reality. Words aren't neutral. They carry vibrations, meanings, and intentions. They can build or destroy, liberate or imprison. Take the time to observe how you express yourself and how it shapes your thoughts. Every phrase you utter is an opportunity. Will you reinforce a system of control or break its chains? The power of words is in your hands. By changing your language, you change your thinking, and by changing your thinking, you change your life. So ask yourself, what words can I start using today to build a freer life aligned with my aspirations? Building upon our exploration, let's delve into an even more subtle form of influence: frequencies. Surrounding us constantly, vibrations, sounds, light, electromagnetic waves profoundly affect our minds and bodies. Yet, many of these frequencies are designed to disconnect us from our true essence. Did you know that before 1939, music was tuned to a frequency of 432 hertz, a natural vibration that resonates with the rhythms of the earth and the human body? However, this standard was altered to 440 hertz, a shift that, while practical for industrial purposes, disrupted our natural harmony. Studies show that 432 hertz produces harmonious geometric patterns in cymatic experiments, while 440 hertz creates chaotic designs. This change was not arbitrary. It was aimed at misaligning our natural energies. It's not just music. Wi-Fi, cell phones, televisions, and even fluorescent lights emit frequencies that disrupt our brainwaves. These disturbances dampen creativity, cloud mental clarity, and increase anxiety. Think about your daily routine. Waking up to the synthetic sound of an alarm, spending the day surrounded by electronic devices, and ending the evening gazing at the bright screen of your phone. Every moment is saturated with artificial frequencies, pulling you further from your natural balance. But there's an alternative. Reconnecting with natural frequencies can restore balance and clarity to your life. Simple practices like walking barefoot on grass, spending time in nature, or listening to music tuned to 432 hertz can rejuvenate your energy. The Schumann resonance, known as Earth's natural frequency, is 7.83 hertz, a match to the brainwaves produced during deep meditation and heightened creativity. Now ask yourself, when was the last time I disconnected from the artificial world and reconnected with nature? This disconnection, orchestrated by modern lifestyles, enables the system to maintain its grip. Cities are designed with minimal green spaces. Our schedules confine us indoors, and every quiet moment is interrupted by a notification or alert. When you realign your body and mind with natural frequencies, something extraordinary happens. Your stress decreases, your mind clears, and you begin to experience an inner calm that is hard to disturb. This isn't just about well-being. It's an act of resistance against a system designed to keep you off balance. Why do you think practices like meditation, sound therapy, or frequency baths are often ridiculed by mainstream culture? Because they are powerful tools for dismantling artificial grids of control. When a person aligns with their authentic vibration, they become impervious to external manipulation. Reflect on this. What small steps can I take today to realign with the Earth's natural frequencies? It could be as simple as spending 5 minutes breathing deeply outdoors or listening to a melody tuned to 432 hertz. These actions, though modest, are acts of rebellion against a system that thrives on your disconnection. Your natural frequency is more powerful than all artificial frequencies combined. When you align with your authentic essence, you reclaim not only your mental clarity, but also your inner power. And once that power is activated, it becomes the key to regaining control over your life and reality. Continuing this journey, imagine for a moment that your entire life is a movie, and you are the main character. Now ask yourself, who is writing the script? For many, this script is dictated by societal norms, family expectations, and external pressures. But what if you took the pen to rewrite your own story? Redefining your reality begins with the realization that you are not a problem to be fixed, but a creative force capable of transforming the world around you. Society often pushes the belief that self-improvement means fixing something, as if you are inherently flawed. But the true secret is that self-improvement is not about repair, it's about creation. Ask yourself, if I could create any version of myself, who would I be? This reflection might seem simple, but it opens doors to a deeper understanding of yourself. When you strip away layers of conditioning and external expectations, you begin to access the power to shape your own reality. Take success as an example. Many define it in terms of financial goals or material achievements. Yet true success lies in living in harmony with your deepest values, free from the limitations imposed by others, and aligned with your authentic self. Imagine a life where every day is lived with intention and authenticity. To achieve this, it's necessary to question the narratives you've internalized. Who decided you needed to follow the rules to be happy? Who defined what is acceptable or desirable? These questions might feel uncomfortable, but they are essential for your liberation. What you'll discover is that many of the beliefs limiting you are not your own. They were imposed upon you. Here's the transformative part. Redefining your reality doesn't have to be dramatic or complex. It starts with small, daily choices. Changing a phrase you often use, giving new meaning to a past event, or deciding that today will be different from yesterday. Ask yourself, what can I change today to move closer to who I truly am? It could be as simple as saying no to something that doesn't resonate with you, or as significant as making a bold decision that alters the course of your life. Great personal transformations often begin with moments of clarity like this one. No matter how stuck you feel right now, there is always space to create something new. The key is realizing that the power has always been in your hands. And remember, redefining your reality doesn't mean escaping the world or isolating yourself. On the contrary, it means engaging with it more intentionally and authentically. Imagine a life where every choice you make reflects your values, vision, and mission. This isn't some distant ideal. It's something you can begin building right now. Ask yourself, if I could live without fear, without limits, without conformity, what would my life look like? The answer to this question is the first step toward creating the life you truly desire. When you redefine your personal reality, you don't just change your own life, you inspire others to do the same. So, take a deep breath. Recognize how far you've come. This journey is yours, and the next chapter is still unwritten, waiting for you to craft it. What story will you create? Thank you for watching until the end. Your presence is truly valuable, and we hope this content has brought new perspectives into your life. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving videos that can transform the way you see the world. Don't forget to like and comment, and if this content resonated with you, share it with someone who could benefit from it. Together, we can reach and inspire even more people.